So continuing on my drink phase with the last few Franken switches, I wanted to bring something new to your attention. A stock switch that is in stock from Invokeys, the Matcha Latte linear switch. Quick disclaimer, I was sent these by Invokeys to review, but I'll still be providing my unbiased feedback for these switches. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know they would do that. So onto the switch. The Matcha Latte is produced by Affleon, which is a newer keyboard manufacturer, and comes with a nylon bottom housing, a PC top housing, long pole palm stem, and a 60-gram spring. These are also factory lubed. So one thing to note is the bottom housing. So the leaf spring is actually part of the bottom housing where it's integrated in. This is very similar with Texi and how they do a lot of their switches nowadays. So if you're interested in doing a Franken switch, I would recommend choosing a top housing that does not have the two prongs, traditional on, say, maybe a Kale, Gateron, or MX style switch. But right out of the box, in terms of the factory lubing, this is probably one of the best factory lube switches I have ever used. There's no spring ping, there's no any rattling or scratching of any sort. Another interesting point is that Invokeys actually cherry picks these from the factory to ensure that they meet their standards. And honestly, that's quite commendable. I don't know a lot of manufacturers that would go to such lengths to provide a consistent feeling and sound switch for their clients. In terms of stem size, I have the Cow Uwu unwiped stem, the Matcha Latte, NK Cream, Zaku, Competible Palm, and Banana Split stem for reference. I can see that the Matcha Latte stem is slightly longer than the NK Cream, as well as have a slightly sharper tip at the bottom post, but still shorter than the Cow unwiped stem. As for stem clearance for certain tops, I have the Boba top, the Milky top, and the Cherry top. The Matcha stem has a very tight fit with the Boba tops, so I would advise against using them together, but the Milky and Cherry top both work well if you wanted to make BCPs, or if you wanted to use them for any other Franken switch down the road. These switches have a very tight tolerance, so it's up to you if you wanted to decide to use films for these switches or not. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with how these switches feel and sound, considering I'm a little hesitant when they told me that these were factory lubed, but also given that I'm super lazy for lubing switches, I think these are a great choice for anyone who wants a no-frill, smooth and clacky linear switch. The palm stem is actually on par with the Zakus and Huskies in terms of smoothness, and with it sounding like a clackier Zaku switch in my opinion. But I'll play that in the sound test and you can let me know. If you're interested in picking up these switches, be sure to check out Invokeys in the link down below. They're a relatively newer vendor in the keyboard space, but I've had nothing short of an amazing experience with them. Let me know your thoughts down below on these switches, and I hope you have a good one. Thanks. Bye-bye.